a lot of plants around me right now. I don't really know how to handle it. It's a little sweaty. Tea's not helping me not be sweaty. Awesome. Hi plant fam, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline and this is my jungle. I feel like I'm not lying when I say that right now. Literally surrounded by plants. It's a little overwhelming. Anyway, today what we're going to be doing is talking about all the plants that I've bought. I can't just not talk with my hands for once and hit all the plants. We're going to be talking about all the plants that I wasn't supposed to buy in January. Like, wasn't supposed to buy plants. And I don't really know where to start, honestly. I'm going to try to group these and just move it on along. So I'm going to start with my Peperomia obtusifolia. I got this one. My cat. I got this Peperomia obtusifolia, which I just watered. It looks a little droopy, but I got this one at Home Depot, you would have seen in one of my videos, and then I got this one at one of my local nurseries that you would have seen as well. So you also would have seen this begonia if you follow me on Instagram. Starting to get a little crispy. I don't know how to take care of these things, but I thought this pot was really cute too. It's not gonna stay in there, it's kind of just there. And then I got this cute little palm that I'm actually gonna be, I got this for a purpose. I got a cute, I should have brought it over here, but now I'm kind of like trapped by my plants. I got a cute little, I think it's supposed to be a candle holder. It's like looks like a vase, but a candle will go in it, from Marshall's, that I want to turn into a terrarium. So I wanted one of these, so put in there. I like the way they look, but I don't have the humidity for a big one, so I figured we'll try it. I've never made a terrarium before, so we're gonna do it together and see what happens. Next, I got this Syngonium that you would have seen as well in my grocery store shopping. Tons of new growth. I don't know if you can see. I don't know exactly what variety this is. If you do, feel free to let me know. I like the color of the leaves and how dark they are. I have this one sitting in some bright indirect light. I think that's what they prefer. My first one died, but this one was only $2.99 and it came in this terracotta, so I was like, let's try again. You would have seen me get this cute little Scindapsus too. In one of my favorite little pots I put it. Needs some water. See how the leaves start to get curly? She needs some water. And then my Oxalis. You guys, this has been on my wish list pretty much since I got into plants. And I was, you might not be able to tell in the video because I was just overwhelmed by all the plants. I was super excited when I found this. Purple is my favorite color. This is more of like a wine color, but if you can really get in there on the leaves, you could see that they're like a different color on the inside. I don't know. It bloomed and died. Died very quickly. This needs water. I don't know how to take care of this either, but we're hoping that I don't kill it, right? And then you would have seen in my Instagram story yesterday, if you follow me on Instagram, that I got this Fiddle Leaf Fig. Well, it won't be yesterday when you see this though. Sorry. I do try to make an effort to keep my videos like actually in chronological order as things happen, if that makes sense. I think it's just like easier for me to follow, easier for you guys to follow. But yeah, I got this little baby fiddle leaf that needs to be cleaned from Trader Joe's for $10 in this pot. And I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know how to take care of it. I know it can be finicky, and then other people say it's really easy. So I've been watching videos all morning about how to take care of this thing, and so far what I've gathered is bright indirect light. Got that covered, and don't touch it. Summer Rain was just saying in one of her videos from, I think it's like a couple years old actually, that they just don't like to be touched. If you touch them a lot, their leaves fall off. I can't really be mad at him for it, and yes, this is a him. I call most of my plants she, and I don't know why. But this one, when I saw it, I was just like, your name is Fredward. Fredward the Fiddle Leaf Fig. So this one's a he. Don't ask me why. Sometimes it just happens. My friend Skylar was like, no. I'm like, yes, it's Fredward, okay? Don't argue with me about the names of my plants. Next I have two little air plants that you would have seen me pick up at Lowe's. Little baby Tillandsia. Although apparently these are both Tillandsia, but this is just a Xerographica Tillandsia, or the other way around. So I don't know what like this one actually specifically is, but I like the red tips. They're not as red as they used to be. Maybe it needs more sun than where I have it. Honestly, don't know, but I love this babe, and these I will either give them a good mist once a week with filtered water or soak them if I like wait too long. It feels like it needs a good soak. This one I'm really excited about. This is a Sansevieria. I wrote it down, but I'm gonna see if I can remember. I think I called it a black coral in my video. Honestly, one of my favorite shopping videos that I've ever done recently. I'll link it for you here, where I found this, and because that was just such a good day, like a good plant day. Like I found a lot of wish list plants that day, including this one, but it's actually called Black Gold. So it looks a lot like the Laurentii, except for the inside is significantly darker. My Sansevieria collection just continues to grow, and I am not mad about it. This is possibly one of the easiest plants on the face of the planet that you could ever have in your house. And I love how structural it is. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I'll probably do a video on all of my Sansevieria. I have a lot of them. Then I got this fern. What is it called? A blue star fern. And I've had it for, I want to say, like a few weeks. It's got a couple of crispy leaves, but nothing to be worried about. I water it with filtered water the same way I do with my Calathea and my Maranta. This one I treat like my Calathea and my Maranta in the same way that I give it humidity baths. I don't really know what else to call them. I take them into the bathroom with me when I shower. I group them all together, stick them in there, and then when I get out of the shower, I make sure I keep the door closed, and I keep them in there for as long as possible. There is a window in there, so they're still getting sun during the day, so that they can actually really get some decent humidity time. I don't know if it's enough, but I'm hoping that it will at least get me through the winter without having to get a humidifier, because it gets pretty humid here in the warmer months, so I'm not really worried about that. I got this bird's nest fern at Whole Foods recently for I think like $7. I liked the dark coloring of the foliage and the veining on the back. It's got some damage, but girl, reminds me of lettuce. Kind of makes me want to eat a salad, but it also feels really fun and Jurassic to me, kind of like my bird of paradise. I don't know what it is about these really big, wide leaves that make me feel like I'm in a jungle, but like a dinosaur is just gonna come around the corner. No? Am I alone on that one? I don't know, but since I mentioned it, Bird of Paradise. She's gonna stay there. This is actually, if you could see, the leaf that unfurled from when I originally bought it. It is huge, and it's actually where I have it. It's almost starting to block my TV. That's how big it is. I mentioned how much I want all the philodendrons, so you would have seen in one of my videos a little while back that I picked up this Philodendron Moonlight, and I love it. Again, I love these just like simple, big green leaves. Sucker for a big green leaf. I love that so much that when I went to Rosedale last, when I picked up the oxalis and the snake plant, I mentioned that I was talking to Andrea, the woman who either owns the place or is the manager. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't asked her. We were talking, and while we were talking, I saw this one. It needs a little bit of water, but this is actually a Philodendron Imperial Red. So if you can't tell, these two are very closely related. The Philodendron Congo or Congo Rojo is actually a cross between this one and another philodendron. I don't know which one. I mean, it wouldn't be totally crazy to assume that it was a cross between these two because it has brighter green leaves, but then the new growth comes in more like red. But this is a burgundy color and not necessarily red, which is why I like it. And look at all the baby growth. Isn't that not the cutest? This is another plant that I got at Rosedale. It was up at the register. She was like, you have to see these, because I told her I wanted more Hoya. And I know that this is not going to grow into a full plant, but it is a rooted leaf. My cat did knock it over, so it's a little unstable right now. I need to put some more soil in it. But this cute little variegated Hoya Carry Eye. So this is my Valentine's gift to myself. It is rooted. It will survive. She said that she's had one for like 2 years now. That's just a leaf with some roots. Would be cool if I could find one eventually with a stem so that I could continue to grow, but look at how stinking cute this is. I can't even stand it, and I have wanted to post this one so badly. So many cute pictures with this plant. But I wanted to make you guys wait too. It's kind of fun. I don't know. I also picked up this blue candle cactus. I don't remember where. I think Home Depot. Obviously, Home Depot. I just don't remember which Home Depot. Just adding to my blue cactus collection. I like any plants that are this, it's not even blue. It's more of like this sage green, like silvery color, kind of like my blue star fern and the cebu blue. It's a pretty common color in plants, but I love it. It fell, so some of the coloring comes off because it's got like a powdery substance, which if I'm not mistaken actually protects the plant from the sun, and it's not good to wipe it off because it might burn. I've had that happen to some succulent leaves where they were touched too much and those leaves just didn't make it. So I think it will build back up again over time. I think it just takes a really long time for that to happen, so I try to avoid touching it. But, you know, I can't stop my cat from knocking everything over, apparently. So I also picked up this Crassula perforata variegata. Let's try really hard not to mess that up. Otherwise known as a string of buttons, a variegated string of buttons. I thought it was really cute. I keep it under my grow light with the rest of these plants that I'm about to show you. My kalanchoe that I picked up at Home Depot as well. I picked up this jade that I love, this like curly jade. I don't know what it's actually called, but I love crassula in general. It's one of my favorite types of succulents just because they do a lot better indoors where I live. And jade has a special place in my heart. It's kind of a plant that has been in my family since I could remember, and I actually have a jade leaf propagation growing that is from a plant that's been around in my family way longer than I have, so that's cool. So, oh geez, I knocked over my stupid cactus again. Stay there. Stay. Okay, so the last two I actually are another of my favorite type of succulents. They are Haworthia. I picked these up at CVS, you guys. At CVS, okay? I don't know the difference between all the different types of Haworthia. I just know that they do well in my situation. So I have many of them and they look funky and cool. Who wouldn't want a plant like this? Doesn't need as much sun as other succulents do. So I dig it. And then this one is a favorite of mine. This is a Haworthia Windows that I just picked up the other day as well. I picked these up on 2 separate days because I was in there struggling. I was like, girl, this one is just a better choice for you. I thought the pot was cute. It was only $10. And then I was fine with that decision. There was also a little snake plant. I will buy something like this just for the pot if the plant is healthy as well. And then I went back a couple of days later for something and I saw that this one was still here because I was struggling between which to get, and I just felt so sad for it that I had to get it because I feel like you can't even tell, but the tips of this they're just so cool the way that the sun comes through. It's just one of the coolest plants. This is the last one. It doesn't count really as a plant because it's just a cutting, and I was a bad girl, and if you would have seen on my Instagram, I actually took this cutting from a restaurant that I went to. So hear me out. I've wanted an enjoy for a long time. I love Pothos. It's one of my favorite types of plants, period. I've got the Pearls and Jade, I've got the Manjula, I've got lots of variegated Pothos that look similar, but the Enjoy always really stood out to me, and when I saw it, I just put it in water. I don't know if you can tell, it's already kind of pushing out a little baby root. This is my satin Pothos that I have. In here too is putting out a little root, if you could see it. Which I'm surprised. I actually only trimmed that plant because it needed to be trimmed. I wasn't expecting it to root because it's been so cold, but I'm going to take a third cutting of my Cebu Blue and put it in here just because it feels uneven. This doesn't really count as buying a plant, I guess, but it's still a plant that I've acquired in the month of January. And stop focusing on my face. I love it. There we go. Seriously? Like, seriously? Look at how beautiful that is. And it was in an arrangement with lots and lots of other stuff going on, so I don't think anybody would have even noticed. Sorry, I was out of focus. Honestly, I don't think anybody has noticed. That is it. I'm sitting here trying to like decide which plant I feel like I'm most excited about that I've acquired, and I feel like it's definitely a tie between this Sansevieria and my bird of paradise, just because, and my oxalis. They were wish list plants, as well as this fiddle leaf that you can't see. Oh, I'm holding them crossed like that. I'm such a hot mess today, you guys. I'm so sorry. I've wanted a fiddle leaf for a long time, but they're always really big. So when I saw this baby one, I had to have it. And who the heck and Bob knows when I'm going to see one of these again. And look at how perfect it is, honestly. Like, it's perfectly upright. There's nothing I could even complain about this plant. So, ooh, I think I got some dirt in my tea. Do you think it's still safe to drink it? It's chai, so it almost looks like it's just got spices, but it's dirt. That is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I always enjoy filming it for you, even though I'm exhausted. Talking about my plants makes me happy, and I hope that it makes you guys happy too when I talk about my plants. I don't know where I was going with that, but if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss any videos from me. The next video that's coming out after this one is Take a Wild Guess. All things Pothos. I'm going to show you my collection, talk about all the different varieties, how to tell them apart, how to take care of them, all that jazz. So yeah, stay tuned, hit the notification bell if you want to know exactly when I upload, because I'm not on a specific schedule just yet. Kind of, but I don't want to put it out there because I don't know how things are going to go once my semester starts next week. But I'm doing the best that I can to try to get as many videos out for you guys as possible, and I hope that you like them. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you next time.